Hello everybody, good morning, or good afternoon, or good evening, depending on what time it is for you, where you are. I'm sorry the intro volume was low, I don't know why that is, I haven't changed anything, but you never know. Sometimes things happen. Was it you? You turn it down? Happy Friday! Welcome to stream. Cat's here, I'm here. And I have some amount of things on my desk. Let's see, water's over here. You gotta be careful, I've found, actually. I don't know if this is just a superstition or if it's a real thing that happens, but sometimes I find if I put my big steel water bottle directly in the path between my wireless earbud and the Bluetooth receiver, it will drop the connection, so I try and keep the water bottle on my left. Meowdy. Oh, howdy. Kitty. Hi, Hazel, sweet baby Kira. Hey, sweet baby Kira. How you doing today? I'm glad we're settled in. I went outside for a little bit this morning, and you did not want me to go. Like, Mom, you can't leave yet. It's too early. I was just looking at my profession knowledge, trying to figure out if I care to get more. I haven't picked up my profession knowledge weeklies yet. I haven't really done any. Oh, Kitty, you good? Here, you stay right there. Don't get at my desk. That's a mistake. You did that yesterday or the day before, and it was you went behind my monitors. There was nowhere to go. I had to extricate you. Yeah, I suppose there's no harm in doing them. If I don't have anything else lined up anyway, so let me look at my profession weeklies, because I have a feeling that I have a few. It is what, time walking event this week so far? Something like that? No, I would see it by now. That's my mount. What do you want? Yeah, you want time walking. All right, well, call that good. How are you guys doing this fine Friday? How are things? I hit the last minute slice of toast to get the day going. Okay. It's acceptable. It's food. Happy Friday, Hazel and Miss Kier. Extra cat. Yeah, there's really nowhere to go back there, and there's some equipment that would prevent you from turning left or right. Okay, so there's one profession weekly done. I can't complain about that. I apparently had it already. What else? What do you want? You also want something I have already. All right. I think my own laziness is getting shown to me here. Exhausting week, doing well. Good, glad to see you. Happy. Hazel. Hey guys. Kitty cat. Pouch jumper to put Kitty in while streaming. A pouch jumper. Is that like I would imagine like a kangaroo hoodie with like the big pocket, the big middle pocket. She does sometimes climb into jumpers. She'll climb in the bottom and then she'll poke her head at the top of it. But pockets not as much. You good? Why don't you come sit on my lap, sweetie? It's a little more stable. You've got a little more room. It's warmer. You could lay down. No? All right. Well, don't say I never suggested anything. Stuffing face with grilled cheese. That is the clinically correct response to the exhausting week for sure. Storm surge. You know what? I'm gonna pick that up actually. I had some notions about getting to the bottom of that's wrong. I need to be able to fly around on my dragon. All right, see you later. She'll be back. Getting to the bottom of the current elemental invasions. I know we have. It's actually not up right now. I never know what to do with myself when it's not up when I wanted to do the primal the Storm's Fury thing, but. I'm sort of half-heartedly working on the Storm's Fury grind because I do want, and I will eventually get there's a mount and a pet and a toy, and I want them all. But I haven't really done this either, and I wanna look into it. You bring them primal cores apparently. You get the elemental overflow, and I'm not too fussed about this because we're gonna get a lot more of this next. Yes. Next patch. There's also a pet that I don't have. I guess I could buy one of the pets, or I could save up for the salamander. Little Joey Kira. Have a lovely stream. Thanks, Allison. Any PTR testing? On stream today? No. In general, I have been playing a fair bit of it. I've been doing some looking into that. It's coming soon. Okay, we're doing this. So, if I wanted to buy these things, I would just need that. What would I need? What are the storm sigils for? Are they for upgrading the primal gear to like a new appearance. Is there a vendor that takes the storm sigils? I think I have some amount of them, and I don't know what for. I have 16 of them used to upgrade primal storm gear. Okay. And they're not used for anything else. It's just, you may as well, to 385. Okay. Do I enjoy being in the PTR just for content purposes? Usually just for content purposes. I feel like if I wasn't a creator, I would probably stay clear of PTR and just be pleasantly surprised. Or at least trying to just learn it all through Wowhead articles. Although, it is kind of nice having a little bit of a heads up. It helps me get into it a little bit faster. I guess I can turn in these. I haven't turned in my vault artifacts from Raid in a long time. That's fine. I guess I could have saved this for if I wanted to get like a weekly done. I'm not even sure I have the weekly picked up. I do have, oh yeah, we tried to turn in the revival catalyst last week and then it didn't work. Upgrade in the PvP area. Okay, so just with any item, upgrade NPC then. What do you want? Oh, those are the dungeon quests. Okay. moving on. It looks like my... Oh yeah, and then I'll get a storm surge for that. So I may as well collect and upgrade some storm gear, even if I don't plan to wear it, just for the transmog, right? Like there's a whole mog set for it. Is my current understanding, so I could look into that. I'm gonna forget that. Tusk Marrow, I know where to go for that. Not worried about Sparks of Life, not worried about time walking. So that means I'm heading out to do an alchemy. Yeah, let's do some profession stuff for now. How do you know when there's a primal, when the stormy people are storming? We'll start over here for now. Not sure, don't think upgrading affects Mog. Oh, okay. Good Fridays when my meetings end in time for me to catch this stream. Prefer just to see it when it's live. Yeah. I find that, and I can't really pin down why, it could be a total placebo effect, but I find that I'm a bit photosensitive to test realms. I haven't always been this way, but generally in the last like expansion or so, basically for Dragonflight Beta and then Dragonflight PTRs, they tend to give me, or I tend to coincidentally get headaches and eye strain after playing them. And I have my settings pretty much exactly the same way. Like I can double check and my settings are the same. Something about PTR messes with me, or I'm messing with it. I don't know. It's fine. It's not a big problem. It just means that I'm not playing for like 6 hours at a time. Alright, so I'm just gonna kill some mammoths. There are groups of them that make this a little bit easier, but at the end of the day, you need 20 Tusk Marrow. This is a horrible quest. The drop rate's better than it used to be, but I still feel like I'm just the worst kind of poacher. You know, these mammoths have done nothing wrong. And they're so large, and they look like they've lived for like 27 years, you know. They had an entire Nat Geo documentary made about them, and then some alchemist that's not even going to make potions with his profession knowledge is going to come over here and slaughter them and their children to get a little bit of squishy stuff from the inside of their tusks. It's awful. Timed? Wow, it has a schedule for Storm Fury. What about the other ones? What about the non-Fury ones? That we did before they added Storm's Fury. And by we, I mean people that did them already. And not me, because I have yet to really mess with it. There we go. I definitely need those. 3 hours of meetings. That's a lot of meeting to do. Holy smokes. You're too tall. I'm gonna go bully this one. I thought that, let me look at my profession sets. So there should be a Primal Element set. Primal Storm. So there's the Primal Storm Mog. Raging Tempest off the vendor. Most I've had so far in 9 meetings in one day. My brain was much. I don't think I would be... I think after that much time... And mind you, you're much more experienced at this than I am. But I don't think I would be capable of paying attention anymore. I would be just... you know, replaying whatever dreams I had last night in my head, wondering if they meant anything, and trying desperately to tune back in often enough to take any notes if anything directly concerns me. Thomas has them in one of the newer updates. Okay. I know I have I guess I haven't updated the week where... I think I neutered it a bit. I turned off a bunch of stuff because I wanted to get the profession knowledge weekly tracker to help remind me to get all of these things, but I definitely didn't want all of the stuff on the screen. I just want to know what they look like on the map when there's one of them up. I've come across them before. I've like tripped and fallen and then done some amount of like farming in a Primal Storm invasion, but usually when I was doing like a hunt or a you know, Siege of Dragonbane Keep or something else that was already in the area. Often multitasking though. I also should grab some herbs. Like now, by being in stream. What kind of strategies do you guys use when you have a task that you're gonna do and you have to do, and you know how to do it, but it's just something that's like uncomfortable? It's just something that for whatever reason causes you a lot of anxiety whenever you're engaged with it, but you know you got to get through it. What kind of strategies do you guys have for that? You know, asking for a friend. Icon on the map, fire, ice. I wonder if I just have too many add-ons, or maybe there's no invaders. Fire, ice. There's a fishy. Reward myself with sweets. Put it off for years. Play WoW until doing the thing. Procrastinate. Yeah. That's my go-to, and it gets me into trouble. It generally makes it worse. We all know this. If knowing that stopped us from doing it, we wouldn't have this problem. Talk to a friend about it. Talk about how and why it makes me anxious. Sometimes alcohol's involved. Exposure therapy? Yeah, I suppose so. Ignore it until the consequences get so extreme I can't anymore. And one of those things that I should probably do, or that my friend should probably do in multiple sittings, you know, not just one big all-nighter, and it's just it'll be fine. I just need to come up with some way to sit with it without wanting to claw my own eyes out. Can't do anything else till it's done. Promise myself it'll be better once the weight of it's off my chest, even if it won't be. That's a good one. I mean, generally speaking, it is true. I do sometimes feel better, or at least I feel the absence of feeling bad once whatever the big thing is gone. But generally speaking, what happens is the big thing will be gone, and then I'll say to myself, oh, geez, all right, well, now I have no excuse for why I'm not dealing with this other big thing. Like, usually there was a stack of big things, and I just got one off the top of the list. Good afternoon, Hazel. Good afternoon. Get right in the middle of it, work on it on the fly. You want to talk about what it is? No, I can't. Nah, it's okay. I'll be fine in a few days. It's actually it's a cool thing to get to do. I'm just it involves looking at myself, which I know I do every day for a living, but every day it gets a little harder. That's marrow. Similar to writing. Even if it's junk, you can go back and edit it later, get the process started. Sometimes I think that if I get a house one day, and it's my house, and I can do whatever I want with it. Not that I couldn't do this in my rental, but, you know, carving out like a spot. You know, some pillows in a closet, or, you know, like a real private corner of a patio or something, that you can just go when you want to be, like, alone, you know? And then there's no Wi-Fi in the spot. There's no bringing anything else in there with you. You go there, and then you just kind of wait in your safe little squishy box until you feel less like rolling down a very big hill. Kush Daddy, thank you for the 10-month resub. Yay, 10 months! Also, Kapow had a 6-month resub. Oh, that was yesterday. Drop rate isn't great. Surprisingly, it's better than it used to be. Hello, welcome back. Welcome back. Hi. Hello. Like a cave? Kind of like a cave. I should probably ensure some ventilation in the cave. So that, you know, a little bit of fresh air, but yeah, nice safe cave. Finally, esteemed with artisans after all this time. Congratulations, Nestor. Invasions are 3 hours on 2 maps, up for 2 hours, then 1 hour of none. Oh, okay. Alright, well, if there's only 1 hour downtime, that means that on any given stream, I could find some eventually. That's good. Clothes hamper built into the wall of the house, but kid-sized, hid out in that spot a lot. I had lots of spots when I was a kid. I had a little corner in my closet. I had, for a while I had a bunk bed, but it was just in my room and I wasn't sharing it with anybody. And I would sleep on the bottom bunk, but then the top bunk was you know, was the leave me alone place. Couple in the yard, forest, that kind of thing. Low traffic outdoor area? No, not really. I'm a little too urban for that. I would need to drive. Some people find their car to be private. I would have to, once again, like, take it out of the way. I think that even if I did eventually have a house, there'd probably be neighbors that maybe can't see in but could hear, although I suppose that's fine. It's just, yeah, you're right. The outdoor spot's nice. I had... in a twist that surprises nobody, bizarre dreams last night. And one of them, the one that I most vividly remember, involved some kind of county fair. I don't know. There was going to be some pie judging. There was going to be some contests. There was like an MC. It was this whole event. And for some reason, I needed to stop the event. I don't remember why. I don't remember if I was just like, you know, upset that my pie didn't win, or if there was going to be like a Miss Congeniality style, like, you know, bombing of the event. I don't remember why I needed to stop it, but just that it had to happen, and it had to happen fast. And I thought on my feet, and I looked at the microphones, and I thought, they can't do this without microphones. But I didn't steal the microphones. And then I thought, well, I could take the batteries, because they were battery-operated microphones, and then I thought, no, that won't work. They could just have more batteries. And then I thought, clever me, I'm going to take the bottom part of the battery compartment that includes the contact for the battery. It's very small. I'm going to pop that out of both of them so that even if they have new batteries, they are missing the lower contact and therefore cannot get these microphones to work. And then I'm going to run into the forest. So I did that. I took both of the bottom part of the battery compartment that included the battery contact. I slid them into my pocket. I ran into the forest. There was a river that had large chunks of ice that ran by a school that didn't used to be there. I think at that point it transitioned into a different dream. No, they chased me for a while. I was on the run, and eventually I decided to come back and give them back their battery cases so that their microphones could work so they could finish like the pie judging contest or whatever. But I remember it being very important that I withhold it from them for some time. That'll do it. Do the activity in chunks. Blankets and couch. Yeah. Hi. I had a bunch of time to work on it last night. And I sat down and I tried to work on it for like 6 hours, and I accomplished basically nothing, and then I felt like I'd been hit by a truck. I basically just tried unsuccessfully for like an entire workday's worth of time, and then it was like the middle of the night and I thought, to heck with it, I'm going to bed, I'll come up with something else tomorrow. Imagine someone stealing the back of the TV remote being rendered useless. Something to that effect. I wish I could remember what the problem, what my, you know, grievance with this fair was, because all I could really remember them doing off the top of my head was announcing something and then something to do with pie, which seems pretty innocuous. You remember a lot of dreams, put some level of importance in thinking about them. I wouldn't necessarily describe it as a level of importance. I think it's a lack of other things to think about. I think that that my dreams have a wider variety of stories and stimulus and, you know, things going on in them than my day-to-day life. So it's fairly natural to think about them, remember them, and or talk about them, just due to a lack of other things to talk about. They wanted to explode the winner of the pie judging contest with a bomb built into the TR. I suppose so. I suppose that must have been the thing. Alright, I got my mammoth marrow. I'm gonna try again to get to the revival catalyst. Last time I tried this, my instance transfer just kept being aborted, and I like literally could not go there, but I'm gonna... oh, you know what? I bet there's a fast travel point. Let me try and use the the fast travel system that I continuously forget about. Here we go. Can I go? Yeah, that'll be pretty close. Alright. Oh, you're back. Have you been back this whole time? Have you seen how cute this cat is? Do you understand? Do you know? Hi. Hi. She's very sweet. She'll just follow me around all day. If I'm burritoing on the couch, she'll come lay on my tummy, and if I'm burritoing in bed, she'll come lay on the bed right next to me, and if I'm sitting here, she'll come sit right in the chair. Or right by my feet, or on my lap. Hi. Good cat. Who needs fast travel? Dragons are fast enough. I guess I'm just not very skilled at conserving my my vigor or using it effectively, or I just really don't want to try the point yourself at the sky and spam the soar upwards thing for whatever reason. But whenever I have to go uphill a lot, I tend to look for either a flight path or a fast travel, because I know for a fact I'm gonna spend all my vigor and then be just perched on some ledge somewhere, just letting my dragon catch its breath, and I figure, you know, the thing's worked hard enough, it can have a little vacation. People were sharing pics of their small cats, thought of Kira. I think she is a small-ish... I've met a fair amount of cats at this point in my life. She's pretty small. She is small adjacent. She's not, like, miniature. And I've definitely met cats that had, like, shorter body lengths than her. She's, you know... Head to tail's not that short, but she's definitely petite. Medium? Sometimes I see a big cat. More lash. More lash than what? These are rare. How much health? 2.3 mil. Am I in trouble? Hard to say. Am I still wearing my kidnap puppies trinket? I'm not. Okay. I have it on my bar still from yesterday when I tried to do Viscidus. And I thought for a moment that I was still rocking that. That's a cool color to Drakthir. That's one thing I enjoy, is whenever I see other Drakthir in the wild, is how different we all look. I have yet to see anybody that looks exactly like me unless they use like a mirror thing. Okay, so I came up here to turn in the thing, and I did that successfully. I need overflow, but I didn't find any invasions up yet. I need to turn in... I need an Elementius Splinter and some Decaying Phlegm. The Splinter I usually end up getting in Raid, actually. Let me go work on the Phlegm, and maybe I'll trip on the Splinter on the way over there. Get some alchemy knowledge. Yeah, I can turn in the quest first. I don't think I'm really going to be crafting potions for profit in the short term, but maybe, you know, we're going to be using presumably the same potions through the expansion. There's going to be more raid tiers, so there may be more windows for gold making later, and I may kick myself if I don't keep up with my profession knowledge now during the downtime. So let's I guess I can actually go commission a treatise as well. Okay. There's that. I like to keep the treatise on alchemy and herbalism favorited here, and I try to keep my reagent bank stocked with the stuff so I can just kind of public order them at will. No, I'm out of Awakened Earth. What do I need for the alchemy one? Do I have enough for that? I do. Okay. Do I have any, Oh, I have 9 of the rousing. Rude! Hi. And then I keep all of the elementals all favorited. I think it kicks you off your mount if you're too close to the thing. Earth. Check that up. At some point I had some notions about setting up alchemy and an alt in a way that would, setting up alchemy and an alt so that I could make my own treatises and work on like work order quests and stuff that way. But I think I pretty rapidly hit a point where it was just too much to keep up with. Even though profession weeklies don't take that much time, the idea of trying to optimize your knowledge and level, you know, collect recipes and level up your skill and whatnot with multiple characters for the professions got exhausting real quick. Yeah. Okay. I was going somewhere. Oh yeah, phlegm, that's right. That's right. And we don't know yet. Look at all those Tuskar tackle boxes, it's ridiculous. Oh, scout packs. Scout packs I definitely need to get because there could be a mount for me in those. We don't know yet when exactly to expect 10-1. We can guess. But one thing I guess I'm tossing around the idea of is trying to finish collecting, maybe not all of the mounts. Mounts are something that I feel like I can kind of go back and work on over time later, but well, pets are hard too. Collecting as many of the original Dragonflight pets as I reasonably can, because there's going to be more to collect. There's, you know, don't get me wrong, there's a few new things in 1007 as well, pet and mount wise, but for the most part, it's 10-1 that's really going to have the big new collection goals. And there's something kind of nice about trying to like get caught up before more stuff comes out. As I start to get too many patches behind and I start to feel like I'm never going to have them all again. The mole men are coming. What a time to be alive. Can't believe how many of the tackle boxes show up giving my scout packs back. They don't, to my knowledge, they don't replace scout packs, but it certainly feels like they do. I used to think that the only reason I was seeing so many Tuskar tackle boxes was because I had finished my my Tuskar rep so early. I went pretty hard on it early in the expansion, so I was done relatively early on, and I figured, oh, not that many people have unlocked these yet. Later on, when more people have unlocked them, there'll be more competition for them, they'll be despawned more frequently, and there won't be quite so many of them everywhere. And I hung a lot of hope on that principle that, you know, later, eventually, one day, there won't be so many of these, and it has not turned out to be true yet. They're still everywhere. Mounts coming in 1007. There's at minimum one. At a minimum, I know of one for a fact that is a Bruffalon mount. It's like a big moose-looking thing that you can get off of a vendor on the Forbidden Reach. I couldn't tell you off the top of my head if there are more, but I know for a fact at least one. Red bar in the flying weak warriors exactly? Speed. No, I guess green is speed. What is that? Acceleration? Here, maybe it says in the weak aura somewhere. Momentum. Momentum, that's what it is. It's momentum. Oh yeah, saw there's a new Drake coming. The new Dragon Riding Drake is for 10.1. The new Dragon Riding Drake, the Cloud Serpent. Well, honestly, they mentioned a few times that it was inspired by Cloud Serpents. And, I guess I see a little bit of the resemblance, but it doesn't look wild. I mean, it looks awesome. I like it. It just doesn't look wildly Cloud Serpent-y to me. What does that mean? Momentum? I don't know. I'm not gonna sit here and pretend to know. I don't know. I got nothing. I'm Hazel. I have toast for breakfast. There's a lot of herbs around here. We pick flowers and we eat them. Dragon riding on cloud serpent mounts when. Yeah, they talked in an interview with somebody about bringing. It might have been the press group interview. People were asking about if they were going to bring the dragon riding mechanics to other mounts, and they did mention animations being a pretty big limitation there. They don't want it to look awful, and dragon riding mounts, I guess, have more animations to account for their extra special abilities. I wanted to go. I have a system that helps me remember where it is I like to go to farm this stuff. And my system fails me every time because I always forget. It's somewhere in this general region. There's a spot that I like to go. Is it here? Is it the Brackenhide outskirts? No, those are just deer. I mean, they're squishy deer. System clearly needs its own coffee. Do time walking speed runs, listening, but dragon riding mage tower book. Yeah, more like this. How do I normally remember this? Underneath this top set of cliffs, maybe? Because, I'm looking for my decaying phlegm drop, and typically I get it from either the trees, or it doesn't say that it can drop from the oozing decay, so maybe it can't. I thought it could. Unique weapons and armor that kind of had a mage tower vibe. From 10.1, from 10.07. There's some rousing decay. How is the system supposed to work? 10.1. Which system? I don't know. I'm lost. Profession knowledge? No. It's Friday today. You know, the system, overloaded decayed herb for it. Does that work? I've never tried that. My system that fails me every time. Oh, I have all kinds of those. You know what system never fails me? Refrigerators. They are, generally speaking, at least the ones that I have had the fortune of using in my life, pretty reliable. They keep things cold. They can keep things more or less cold. You start discovering icebergs floating in your milk. You twist the knob a little bit. There we go. Okay, so there's the phlegm. We need the splinter. That should be pretty straightforward to farm. I feel like we can get that from almost anything. Elementals. Shouldn't there be some, like, steam elementals or something somewhere? Usually this one just kind of happens, but I'll go see if I can find a place to farm it. Icebergs and milk sound like a plus. I don't know if it happens in higher fat milks, but back when I used to drink exclusively skim, if my fridge was too cold, or if they were too close to, I guess, the cooling element of the fridge, you would end up having partially frozen milk in the jugs. Which means Wednesday for me. I suppose it does mean Wednesday for me. I was gonna plant some seeds. Write it on a post-it, put it where you can see it. Right, what on a post-it? I'm gonna have a little more coffee. And by a little more, I mean the rest of it. Okay, alright. I was looking for elementals. I had some notion about finding them somewhere. I am at least getting a few more of my Dream Bloom drops this week. I had been slacking on my herbalism profession knowledge. There we go, there's another one. Definitely been slacking my herb profession knowledge, and while it's not like the most crucial, critical thing, you know, it helps. So now that I've finished actually maxing out my saxifrage grinding. I could put more points into cultivation. I kind of got over this because the seeds are really cheap to buy, and I don't really care that much about the extra deftness and perception. This one at least gives me extra finesse in general. So I should probably work on that. I'm not too fussed about the elemental ones right now. I have some points in Titan Touched, and that's kind of good enough for me. So yeah, I guess I'll start putting points into Conversance. I could also, in this one, you have some general finesse, but mostly, some general finesse for herbs, but mostly just Hawk and Bloom skill. Yeah. Start throwing points in over here, and then you get extra flat deafness for points that you put in here, and then you get flat perception for points over there. Okay. I haven't been spending all that much time herbing, so it's not crazy important, but it would probably help if I did a little bit of it. In the bag, the Canadian milk comes in. Afternoon coffee day. I've had a few days running where I've been like, it's an afternoon nap day. You know, you slept terribly the night before, and maybe if you just like, you know, sleep through the afternoon, which is typically not a great part of the day anyways, and then get up at like 4 or 5, you'll get up and be back at it. And typically what's been happening is I will manage to kind of sleep through the afternoon, but it's not so much that I need it, it's just that I don't want to be awake anymore. And then you get up at 4 and 5 and you're like, all right, we're here again. All right. But then you're just up until like midnight, 1 a.m. and then you get another terrible night of sleep. It's a bit of a vicious cycle. Is Dragonflight alt friendly? I think it is. It depends on what it is that you want to do with your alts, what you want them for. But generally speaking, yeah, there's a lot of kind of alt catch-up or account wideness where if you've done something on your main, it becomes a lot easier to get your alt through that same thing. Things like reputations, things like getting them catalyst gear, that kind of thing. The location to farm? Oh, for the decayed thing, yeah. Yeah. I'm just gonna forget until next week. I bought 1,000 of these Rouse seedlings. They are so cheap. If you're an herbalist and sometimes you're running out of the seedlings to plant in the thing, also, I guess I picked it all. Just like buy yourself, you can buy 1,000 of them for like 200 gold. And then you'll never run out. You'll always have something to plant in the dirt when you go buy it. And, you know, it'll get you something. It seems like it's wildly worthwhile to just carry a bunch of them if you find yourself running out. I don't know why they're still so... I mean, maybe if you have all the points into the seed trait, you get like a ton of them or something. Didn't know that. I was shocked. You can also get the other types of seeds. You can get like the agitated ones. Here, let me look into this. Seedling. You can get, the propagated ones are more expensive. Those ones, I guess, grow a lot of herbs. But the agitated ones that you need for summoning like a rare, and then also there's, I guess, an enemy, there's the decayed ones, and they're not expensive. I just carry around the normal ones so that if I come across one of these things, because before I was constantly running out. What are we making a pull for? I have no idea. I think having a harder than normal time with following what we're on about today, which is all right. We've got a pretty straightforward goal for the moment. We're streaming, we're having fun. I'm getting profession knowledge, and we're, you know, it's getting together. This list is getting shorter. Fogelfish, thank you very much for the 11-month resub. Thanks for making my almost year now more enjoyable with your content, Hazel. Aw, shucks. Thanks. Yeah, we're chilling. I will need to look into putting together a news video today to go out tomorrow. I think it can be a shorter one because we covered like a lot of the news, a lot of the 10.1 news already in like the midweek video. So I think what I want to do is just kind of scrape through the remaining news posts and interviews and whatnot and come up with like the things, the other revelations, and then maybe some footage of the tier sets and the dragon riding mount and all the stuff that they've posted now. Getting an alt high enough to get into LFR is kind of hard. That will get a lot easier in 10.07, I can tell you. Okay, oh yeah, I was looking for elementals where I found worms. I have some thinking that I can get the Elementia Splinter from like the Arcane Elementals by the Archives. I don't know if that's the case. I think it might be true. I might be confusing it with grinding tailoring knowledge though, actually, now that I think of it. I have 2 Dream Bloom left to get. I should keep herbing. I don't really sell my herbs anymore. I just kind of keep them on me, assuming that I'm eventually going to need to craft something. I guess I sell the gold quality ones because I'm generally crafting with the silver stuff. And because everybody else is doing the same thing. The gold quality ones are usually, they're generally basically the same price. They're not always all that worth all that much more. Where is this going to take me? I don't know if I added an LFR NPC for Shadowlands. Hey, you guys are elementals. Of some description. Surely this'll work. Just kill these for a while. Get the splinter from the world quest in the plains with the steam vents. Yeah. I end up getting it usually in the raid from raid trash. Although I guess I didn't. I raided this week already. And I did so on this character. So it must not have dropped unless I'm just missing it. Unless it dropped and it's in my bags and I just haven't used it yet. But no, I don't think so. Unless I was just not loading stuff in raid. Cool, sure. Oh, thank you. I have a moderate collection of t-shirts, and I would say a disproportionate amount of them feature fish. I like fish. What can I tell you? I think I still want fish. It certainly is possible to have like a home aquarium setup that becomes quite low maintenance, something that doesn't take an awful lot of time or effort from you. The trick is that the beginning of setting up a home aquarium takes all manner of time and effort and equipment. The beginning is by far the hardest part. Because of the nitrogen cycle, because getting a cycled tank from scratch is a whole science experiment. Once you're established, everything gets really easy. It's just getting to that point. If you know anybody that keeps freshwater fish that can give you some filter media from their filter to seed your own filter, that can help shorten that process dramatically. You're I feel like you'd be fine. I feel like you'd have a lot of fun with it. Favorite types of fish to keep? I'm a big fan of fish that are generally recommended as, hey, there we go, beginner fish. Easy, sturdy, not too picky about their pH as long as it's stable. Freshwater, you know, that straightforward fish. I've got cherry barbs right now. In the past, I've enjoyed White Cloud mountain minnows are generally pretty hardy. Those are great if you don't want to heat your tank too much. If you want to keep a slightly cooler temperature tank, White Clouds can they prefer water a little bit cooler than other tropical fish. Betta fish always good. Fish tanks are like sourdough bread. Cycling my tank took ages back when I did it, 6 weeks, something like that. Yeah, I feel like it takes me 6 to 7. I've done it twice from scratch now, and both times my graph turned out about the same. But never again. Next time I move. I am bringing my living filter media with me because it won't be quite such a big problem. Okay, I got my alchemy knowledge. I need 2 more Dream Bloom. I may as well do a couple dragon races. Oh, there we go. Herbs. Reputation-wise, this is a little bit silly. Here are my Dragon Isles reputations. Here are my renowns. I'm finished, capped with the Dragon Scale Expedition and the Maruk Centaur and the Iskara Tuskar. Have been for a while. I've been on Veldraken Accord 29 of 30 for like my entire life. I just stopped grinding rep. I got to the point where I felt done and then I just stopped doing things. So I am extremely close to finished. I'm going to get like some kind of title. It's just because it becomes a little bit underwhelming to finish the renown when like the Primal Infusion is useless to me. it functionally meaningless. Have you had a week where you didn't get both your profession quests in Veldraken? I don't know. Like, you mean they didn't give them to me, or I just forgot to pick them up? Because in both cases, I don't know. I don't think so. Veldraken is the only one I have finished. Yeah, I found it the hardest one to, or at least the slowest one for me. The other ones came together a little bit easier. Just normal dragon riding race, not advanced, not reverse. Yeah, Currents, I wouldn't beat yourself too much up about the fish. I know you did your best. I have had similar experiences with betta fish in particular, where sometimes you do everything right, and sometimes they just die. It's very upsetting. Cat has the potential to drive you nuts. Tresky, thank you very much for the 15-month race sub. As the #1 preservation of Okra and Lightbringer, I feel it should be written. Wow, I'm trying to dragon ride and read. This is ambitious. Written into the code that all characters give you a little bow when you walk by. Aw, shucks. I don't think I'm still #1, am I? I was at least for a little bit. In terms of Mythic Plus, anyways, just for Mythic Plus rating. But I've stopped doing keys. Shucks. I did have a lot of fun healing keys this season on Evoker. It's a really cool class. I had a good time. I had a good group to run with. Okay, so that gave me some rep. We got 50 rep. Well, that's why I'm not done. For some reason, I thought I was gonna do that dragon race, get 250 rep, and just be finished. Evidently, that's not the case. I need another 150, so... Well, actually, doing the rest of the dragon races would probably do it. Oh, I haven't done the world boss. Is there a reason to do the world boss? Not really. Not if I've already got my weekly renaissance. The only reason I finished the last one is finishing is its own reward. Yeah, I think I do want to get it done just to feel better about the state of the reputation page. World boss gets Veldraken rep? Transmog? Yeah. I think it's telling me that I have the Mog already. I think it's telling me that it drops risks that I already know. The Veldraken rep for sure. Yeah, let's go to Thaldraszus and look into. There's got to be a dragon race over here somewhere. We can hearth there for it. I want to do no. It's fine. It's fine. World boss like 500 gold. It might be more than that now. 928 gold. That would be 928 gold I would get to keep. Huh. I spent some time during the stream countdown today just vendoring all of the different, all of the stuff that we got out of AQ yesterday. It just stacks up. I have some ruptured plate stuff I can send to my warrior. A couple of pieces of gray loot that I got from something or another. It's nice having a level 70. I guess she's not level 70, is she? She's level like 67. You know, level 60 plus plate character that can learn Mog that I send her. It's not like I'm trying that hard to collect plate Mog, but it's nice to be able to get at least a couple grays done. Morning, Hazel and squad. Elder Scrolls 6? I don't know. I won't lie to you. You are the first person, genuinely, not being sarcastic, you are genuinely the first thing in my life that has informed me that there will be I guess I always assumed there'd be an Elder Scrolls 6. I don't know. I never really got very far in Elder Scrolls 5. Skyrim and I didn't get along. I played more Oblivion than I played Skyrim. I'm going, I had some thought recently about Skyrim on Switch, but then they wanted like $90 for it, and I thought, this game came out so long ago, and I doubt it even works very well. You can always go for Tusks of Manaroth if you miss Siege. Whenever it comes out in 3 millennia. See you in 2044. Yeah, I mean, Skyrim had some serious staying power. So, you know. They only really need to put out one every 10 years, although I guess they're kind of behind that target. Oh, we turn around. We go back. We go back. Whoa. 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 Oh dear. Oh gosh. Gee willikers. I need aerial halt. Start a new Skyrim playthrough every once in a while. How far do you get in it? I don't know why I use the buttons to make me go faster when that just makes it harder to not hit things. I'm not trying for any particular score. I just want the 50 rep and I guess the 500 gold from the chest. They announced Elder Scrolls 6 in 2018 with no details and we still have no details. Oh, okay. Oh. All right. There we go. Yeah, that was... I can't believe that was a silver time. That's ridiculous. What am I doing? I'm going to do another dragon race. That's what I'm doing. Hello. Hey, Hazel. Hey, chat. Good evening. Good evening. We're just that good. We're just that good, I suppose. I had some thought about trying to see the new Avatar movie in theaters. Not that I don't really even want to see it. I just feel like if I was going to see any movie in theaters, which is kind of something I miss doing, I would want to see one that's been in theaters for so long that nobody else is going to be there, and that that would benefit from like the huge screen as opposed to just watching it on some streaming service or another, or like renting it, you know, a year and a half later. I'd like to do it. There we go. Watch the menu in theaters. 10 out of 10. Excited for when you discover whatever the reward for gold is being something you want. Oh, for gold in the races. If it's for advanced races, I'm in trouble. Prefer watching all movies in theaters. Fast and the Furious. Yeah, I'm picky with movies. I went to the theater website and they had like trailers for the movies that are in theaters, and I watched all of the trailers for all of the movies that they had available to watch. And I think the trouble with trailers is that, especially like extended theatrical trailers, they basically tell you the entire movie. And I don't know what I want, right? Like, you want to know what the movie's about so that you know whether or not you're interested in it, but you want it to not tell you so much that you feel like you've already seen it. And apparently this is an impossible task that can never be successfully completed, because I will either be like, well, I still don't know what the deal is, or I'll be like, okay, now I know the deal and I don't need to see it. You know, Adam Driver with a Halo gun shooting dinosaurs. He's either going to get them or they're going to get him. Wow. Far left in Nazarspan, northeast in Waking Shore. Invasions. Northeast. I'm a northeast. Oh, hey, there we go. Yeah, you're right. There's some invasions and stuff. I want to finish my Valdrakken Accord rep right now because I'm like so close. I need another 76 rep, which is an unfortunate amount of rep. Are any of these Valdrakken? Oh yeah, lots of them are Valdrakken. So we can do the world boss. We can do the pet battle. That'll be just like 50 rep. Hornswogg Hogwash is apparently also Valdrakken Accord. But then I have to... What about that one? Oh, the insects. There's a lot of Valdrakken Accord world quests. I guess I just haven't been doing world quests. I watched the Mario movie trailer yesterday and it looks really bad. Do you enjoy seeing movies that are looking like they're going to be bad for the sake of them being bad? Or is that the kind of thing that you just wait later to find out if it's fun bad or just bad? Someone that knows my taste perfectly, that will watch movies for me and tell me if I should watch them with no other details. You could argue that that is the one beneficial function of content algorithms, is that, you know, say what you want about them, and you should, but they have, if they're trained well enough, they really can have a pretty good lock on what it is that you'll like to see without, like you say, spoiling them. Watch one trailer and decide. Yeah. Yeah? Oh. Are you sure? She's sure. Sometimes you'll end up in that mood where you want to look for something to watch, but after watching like 5 trailers on Netflix or whatever, you realize you're not actually going to watch anything. you just want the sick, twisted, teeny tiny little moment of power that comes from watching the trailer and going, no, I'm not going to. The microscopic ego boost that comes from looking at something that somebody put a lot of money and time into and going, this is not worth my 90 minutes. Despite the fact that you are about to spend the next 200 minutes doing the exact same thing. Just been rewatching The Office. Aren't there green ones that make my dragon feel better? Maybe not. I know there's like a little woofty loop at the bottom. There we go. Sometimes I like to think that my dragon is just hungry. You know, I never feed the thing. Maybe he's just like a bat. He just needs some buggies every now and then. Let's get those selling a new Netflix tier. Can't watch anything but can scroll forever. Still works today. Sometimes when I'm in the darker phases of my content loops, I'll get in this loop where I'm scrolling YouTube and clicking on videos. Oh, there we go. And not even watching them. Maybe I will have them muted and I'll watch them with captions. Most of the time, I don't even play the video. I just picked a video that had a divisive topic, and then you scroll to the comments to watch people fight it out. This is not a high form of entertainment. It's just another way to rot your brain. I'm exalted with the dragon people. I'm exalted with all of them. I am popular around the Isles. What title did I get? I got a title. I am Ally of Dragons. You betcha. The biggest ally there ever was. Started watching Only Murders in the Building. That one's fun. Wish the dragon mount would talk like the monk class hall mount. Oh, I don't know if I've forgiven the monk class hall mount for talking. The thing would roast me for having eaten too many buns that day or something like that. Okay. We're gonna... I wanna do a Primal Storm thingy. I don't know what for. I guess I want to buy the mount. Well, here's the thing. I want the pets in the mount that are available for Elemental Overflow more than I want the gear. But the mounts and the pet are going to be so much easier to buy later in 10.07 because of how much Elemental Overflow we get in 10.07 from just doing stuff in the Forbidden Reach. You get a lot of Elemental Overflow for like daily quests and killing rares and all that stuff. So do I go for the mount and the pet first because I want them more, or do I work on the transmog? I guess that's also just an overflow thing. Primalist future currency if that's up right now. Yeah, that I definitely need. Got 1,000 more overflow from the mount from the new thing. You'll get it like immediately. There's a daily quest you can do that's just going to give you 1,000 overflow and then you're done. Which is basically as much as I've made this whole expansion. How much is this guy going to give me? Oh. I got a dimmed primeval fire. Weird. I did the pre-patch already. Did I get any overflow from him? No? I got an achievement called Stormed Off. I guess I did enough rares. Oh, a Tuskar Tackle box. Wow. Elemental Storm, Waking Shores? Sure, yeah. I've never joined one of these groups before, and I plan to find out what it is that they do. For an heirloom item? But I have the heirloom item already. Do I just delete it? I just vendor it, I guess? I got the heirloom during the pre-patch. Padre, thank you for the 19-month resip. Was confused about why I was getting ads. Here. Thank you very, very much. Wonder if the numbers stay the same on live. We'll find out. I think they will. It's just kind of like a currency inflation thing. Like the new items that are on the vendor, the new items that are on the vendors in 1007 that sell things for elemental overflow are selling them for like 500,000 overflow. Crazy high numbers. And then you also get overflow to drop in also similarly crazy high numbers. So it's, the pacing makes sense for the new grind, and then it's just kind of like a catch up for the old grind, where if you didn't have the other stuff, you can get that all wrapped up pretty quickly without it being a big deal. So yeah, I suppose that I may need, if it's not, I guess if there's no reason to get storm sigils for mounts and pets and toys, and it's just for upgrading gear, and if it doesn't give me another transmog appearance, and even if it does, maybe I just don't care that much, then in that case, there's really no huge reason to be grinding this in the first place, and I should probably, like, obviously the future one, which is not currently up. I can check Wowhead, I suppose. Let's see. What are we saying here? Wowhead says that we have the elemental storms up. Where would it tell me about Primal Fury? I don't know that it would. It says that cooking started on the feast. It says at noon for me? Okay. I'll have to look into that. I wanted to just make sure I do it at least once in the week. I've found that you get... People were telling me you get more for your first Storm's Fury of the week. And then it seems like you also get like a little bonus for the first time you do it in a day. And then doing it repeatedly within the same day seems like a gigantic waste of time. You can do it. I've done it more than once in a day before, and I got like three whole essences of the storm after the fact. I'm sitting at 94 essences currently. Storm's Fury, 1 hour 45 minutes? Okay. Welcome back to the get. So what is it that we're grinding these storms? I say as I grind them. What is it that we grind these elemental storms for then? I know that I'm getting overflow. Is that it? Is this just an overflow farm right now? Are there other things that can drop from the rares? I know certain rares can spawn, and I know that there's pets as well. I know that there's wild pets that only spawn during the storms. I think I got all of those. The sigils can drop, but those are just for upgrading gear, right? Are those for any other, like, mounts, pets, toys, titles? Oh, somebody fulfilled my treatise on alchemy. I don't know, man. You tell me. Unlikely to be upgrades. So I got a primal core. And that's for 2 storm sigils. Glowing primalist cash. Just gear? Okay. Well, then I suppose I don't need to be here. I suppose that I'm pretty much set. I actually, like, don't get me wrong, I do need elemental overflow, but I'm gonna get so much more of it in 1007, it seems a bit silly to farm it now. Chance to drop the design for the lariat? What herbs are you going to have now that spring is coming? I mean, I have lots of herbs in my office right now, just in the little hydroponic thing, and I haven't even been using them. They're just growing wild. They're growing rampant. I have dill. I have more basil than I can shake a stick at. Fun and friends that we make along the way. Yeah, I suppose so. I want one more. I want my last Dream Bloom drop. I figure I've come this far in my professional knowledge for the week. I just want to pick herbs, get my final Dream Bloom. Oh, you know what, actually? I have like perception and finesse files that I've been carrying around, and I haven't even been herbing. Let's pop a finesse file if I'm gonna be herbing anyways. Do I have Gather Mate or Farm HUD on, actually? I have it, but it's not turned on. There we go. Oh yeah, they've fully overgrown the garden, and it would be fine if I was pruning them or like actively cooking, but I'm not currently in a moment in my life where I'm actively doing a whole lot of things. So the herbs are very big. The herbs are a bit overgrown. Hourglass ring design drops from the Storm event. Okay. I have 1,200. Okay, so I got like, even though I was only there for a few minutes, like 100 overflow from the thing. So it looks like you can farm it pretty rapidly, although, like I said, it's going to be a lot faster just to wait until 10:07. I do want the, I think that the pets that you get on the vendor are really cute. I could buy some of them now, or I could go for the transmog now, if there's no reason to really hold on to this stuff. It's annoying to farm, you know. I did turn Farm HUD on. There it is. There it is. I just forgot. I had the best of intentions. Head empty, thoughts gone. Brain mush. I must have looted a treasure that put the gem cluster on my map and then completely forgotten to get the gem cluster. Normally I do those right away. I don't know what's up with that. Okay. Because yeah, these you can get the gem clusters and you can have somebody craft them into a pet. I think I might have the red whelp already though. I think that one might already be done. Here. I guess this is not how you get in. Good day, Hazel. Do you know if Time of Need is worth picking as an evoker healer in 16s and up? Let me check my spec. I don't know a whole lot about my individual talents. I grabbed build from dungeon healing, which I use for all keys. Time of Need. I do not currently have Time of Need, no. This is the spec that I use to time all of my 20 keys, and it does not run Time of Need. I don't know if it's the most up-to-date spec. I haven't like looked for a new spec in a long time, so it's possible there's a more modern one. And I'm not a theory crafter at all. I just kind of take the talents and run with them. Okay. Maybe it's in the middle? Oh, gosh. Dragon getting tired. A lot of debate about Time of Need is my understanding. It's one of those talents that looks appealing because it's such a passive thing that seems like it's going to really come in clutch when you need it, so to speak. But definitely not part of the build that I was working with. Okay, so that I can have crafted into a... I thought I had the ruby whelpling. There's a lot of whelplings. No, I need a jeweled ruby whelpling. So if I go back, if I just out of curiosity, if I go back and check the work order thing, what other materials would I need for that? My reagent bag is not big enough for all of these things. I guess I'm carrying mammoth ribs around with me. Don't need that. I need a much bigger reagent bag. Or I just need I need an add-on or like an item that's called a meat grinder. And the function of it would be whenever you loot meat, it would just turn it into mush and then just give you like 12 copper instead of making you go through the trouble of having the meat in your bags and then vendoring it. I want it to just auto annihilate any meat that I pick up because it's a complete waste of my time. Auto vendor delete items. Not without an add-on. Communal bank for all of your characters. Yeah. I feel like having a massive mega bank for all of my characters would just stress me out more. It would just be, it would make things worse. It would be very big and it would be very messy, and it would have so many things that I would be unable to stay on top of or keep track of or have any understanding of what was in there at any given time. I don't know what I need. I think the problem is not with the game. I think the fire's coming from inside the building. You. Oh. Still have more of it. Maybe I should do a Siege of Dragonbane Keep if I can find one up. I just didn't finish the weekly quest. Oh yeah, I was gonna go poke around the work order thing. Good way to farm decaying phlegm. I usually kill the rotting treants that spawn right around in the Azure span, right around here, kind of like between the road and these cliffs that are north of Iskara. There's some treants there, and I'll usually go farm those. Oh, it's being given 5 sparks. That's definitely nice. I haven't used them. I haven't crafted a thing for my ults. I think I'm my alchemy treatise was filled and my herbalism one wasn't. That's funny. Maybe people are out of it. Good way to get some crafted bombs. Let me look into, I want to know, there's pets that you can get. I want to know what kind of pets I can work order that I don't have yet and what I need. I have Alvin. I have Quacky. I need a Sophic Amalgamation, actually. Can I just buy 3 resonant crystals and just work order that? I suppose I could. I'm going to supply all the mats. Resonant crystal. Oh, that's what you get for summoning your Brutosaur too close to the side. Like 700 gold? I do have an enchanter, but I don't think she has the recipe for it. So, public order. How much is it worth to me? 2,000 gold. I'm supplying the mans. What else can we do here? We have a Quacky. I have a Sapphire Whelpling now. The Ruby Whelpling. I have the Crystal. The rest of this seems pretty affordable. So, let's track the recipe. Let's see, I need 50 glossy stone. Can't remember if it's of any particular, I guess I may as well. the good stuff is actually the cheapest stuff. 50 glossy stone. It's just a pet, so I can't imagine the quality matters that much. Alex Strazite. Okie dokie. Just the 2 of them? Sure. That's worth 3 gold. Elemental Harmony. Two of those. I don't know why I'm getting the finest materials possible for this pet, but we are going for it. I am with the raid. Thanks very much. Welcome, guys. Yeah, at least 2 gold. Love how much gold we get now from world quests. Yeah, that's nice. I suppose I was about to say I don't have anything to spend all my gold on, but that's not true. I'm sure I can find any number of things to work order here. Unlimited diamonds. That's gonna cost a little bit. Maybe we go for the silver one. Just one, yeah. Choo choo. Dope shirt. Oh, thank you. Look, the kitty. Kitty cat, you want to say hi? You're facing the wrong way. You're giving them the business end. Hi. Sandpaper kisses. You can spend some gold on my professions. Yeah. She was... This entire story that I'm trying to phrase in my head basically rolls down to yesterday. I brushed the cat and I think she liked it. I have a little brush that's like one of those rubber ones with like the cone-shaped points. And it has like little teeny tiny rubbery fingers on the end of each cone that you'd think would just like hurt. You'd think they would just pull on the hair and hurt. But she seems to really like it as long as you do it in limited doses. Okay, let me see if I can get... If I can work order. I'm just throwing all this stuff into public work orders and hoping for the best. I am in no trade chats and I'm not about to be, so. Battle pets. I'm looking to get the ruby whelpling made with my glimmering crystal. It is once again worth, I don't know, 2,000 gold to me, publicly. Call it good. Hope for a new spec for Evoker. Give tank Evokers. Does Cat show, I don't think she does it on purpose. You're a classy lady, right? She's, have a, Zoom Groom gets tons of fur off too. Something to that degree. They make them for people. Did you know they make them for people? I was looking at scalp care products and there are like scalp massage brushes that are functionally the exact same thing, but it's just for you to use on your own head. I'm sure it works good. I'm sure it feels great. It's just very funny to me. It's just very funny to me that to just see it marketed in a different way when it's basically the same thing, but you know, you'll get like the soothing aloe and like the calm looking woman on the marketing. And it's basically a Zoom Groom for people. She's a professional. She does a good job of streaming for me when I get up. I appreciate it. Lara Luna, thank you for the 9-month resub. Woohoo! Guess I'm a cat. Yeah. I've only ever had a short-haired cat. I see long-haired cats, and sometimes I'll pet them when I encounter them out in the world. And I always think, if I had a cat that was this bushy, I would brush it, like, often, because I feel like you would need to. And assuming that the cat can put up with it, then that just seems like a nice way to spend time with the cat. But in practice, maybe it doesn't work out that way. You can share. I don't know about that. I guess so. Now what? I had so many things to do, and I feel like I did them all. I just need one more Dream Bloom for my herbalism knowledge. I suppose I'm herbing, but you know, the question is for what, you know? What is all the gold for? Why make gold? I guess we can go look at the BMOB. Go find what else you could spend a bunch of gold on that they're going to give away as Twitch drops. 2 Maine Coons, they were amazing. Thought the Zoom Groom would be good at collecting stray hairs. Not so much a Hazel problem these days. Not so much a Hazel problem these days. This is true. This is true. Of all of my problems, collecting my hair out of sinks and bathtubs, no longer one of them. Not at the moment, anyways. Floofy girl, fur mats easily. Sometimes she won't let us at him. Oh, that's really cute. BMO's over this way. I find it really satisfying to brush a shedding dog and like collect the gigantic the poop, like basically especially if it's like a double coated dog like a Malamute or a Husky, or I used to have a Clay. The fur that comes off of them is excessive, and you can just keep going, and you can take quite a bit of volume out of the dog, and then you have basically a bunny rabbit in front of you. When I was a kid and we had a Malamute, we would do that, and we would leave the fur outside, and then the birds would come get it, presumably for their nests at certain times of the year. I always thought that was cute. Unclaimed container, armor, spore bat. I'm all right. That's okie dokie. I have 3.8 million gold. Don't know what for. Oh, I have potion. Yeah, we can throw some more points into this. That's fine. Is anything worth crafting for me right now? It looks like there's a tiny bit of profit on Convergent. There's a little bit of profit on Draconis. It's not that it's not worth doing. It is. And you can do it in bulk. And this stuff actually sells quite well. But if I do, like, 1,000 of them, then you get 16,000 gold profit. If I do you know, 2,000 of them, you're looking at like 32,000 gold profit. And it takes like a bit of time to make 2,000 of them. And like, yeah, it's 32, I guess it's 32k. But 32k for what? Healing potions apparently profitable. That's pretty funny. Those are easy to make. I'm capped out in air files. I could do a little bit on quick hands, but those are a little tiny bit harder to sell. They're not a super high sale rate file. Glacial Fury, the Tepid Versa. Higher sale rate, 19 gold per. That's almost worth it. Yeah. I made most of my gold selling alchemy stuff, and I suppose I could make more, but maybe we'll find some transmog to collect. What do we want out of an unclaimed container? Me? Nothing. There would be like some very mild chance. Holy moly, that's a lot of stuff. There'd be some very mild chance for it to contain like a like a Zulian tiger or something. But given that so many of the mounts and pets and toys, I have them all from the black market auction house anyways, the odds of me getting something that I actually need are just ridiculous. They're silly. They're not worth it at all. Black lab could be brushed forever. You'd still get fur. Sometimes I'll visit my sister and I'll give her dog scritches, and you can just kind of like collect a handful of fur over time. Doggy seems to enjoy it. That's a big dog too. Okay. I am not here to collect tackle boxes. I had some idea about getting my last Dream Bloom, because the last one gives you a good chunk of, gives you a couple points worth of knowledge. What is it, about 10:30? I'm definitely feeling the end of patch vibes. It's not that I don't have things to work on, it's just that I guess I'm skipping between them quite a bit while waiting for the new content, and it makes it harder to get invested in any one thing. All the stuff that was like really right in front of me, I feel like I got wrapped up. When they shed, you can grab a handful of floof. They freak out if you show it to them. They think you give them a bald spot. That's when I level an alt. I do have a shaman actually. Maybe I'll work on that. Let's try and get one more Dream Bloom, and then I'll probably log on the shaman and work on that. I think it's an orc, so my idea was that I would get her leveled and set up to work on heritage armor when heritage armor for orcs when that comes out. Human should be fine. I still have the human that I played as a main in Shadowlands. I'm sure she must have Stormwind reputation. I guess if not, I can always grab a tabard and go run Tempest Keep or whatever. Botanica. Dog would get zoomies if I did that. The Malamute we had as a kid would get the zoomiest zoomies if she got wet. You would bathe her outside. We would do it with like some shampoo and the hose, dog shampoo and a hose outdoors, and she would just fly after you finished toweling her off. I thought she was trying to blow dry herself with the wind. Playing the D3 season the last couple weeks. You enjoying it? Getting the loot that you want? I had a few friends that were going in on that, but my understanding is they decided to do a hardcore playthrough, and then I think something must have happened because they were on Valheim pretty quick after that. Why do I dismount to herb? Habit? I don't think I have a good reason. Oh, there we go. There's the Epic Dream Bloom. What's that worth? 3 points? Yeah, 3 points for that. Yeah, something along those lines. I want expedition packs for the Skitterfly mount, but I can never reliably find them. I feel like I'm just gonna have to trip and fall on that, or get it while I'm doing rares for, I don't know, knowledge drops or something. Might be the last season. Yeah, okie dokie. I wonder how far I can get my my shaman in like an hour and a half. I'm actually tempted to go check on my human rep on my human character just to see, because I think I'm gonna need Exalted with Stormwind for a heritage armor. I'm not 100% sure, but I feel like that's true. That sounds like the case. Paragon caches are a waste of time. Need to buff rewards. I think that grinding Paragon caches for their own sake is a waste of time, but I don't think that means that they need to buff rewards. I feel like I'm kind of okay having Paragon cash rewards be a little lackluster, so I can feel like I'm finished with the rep once I've got everything from it. If they were, I mean, I wouldn't be mad at like some more gold out of them, but I don't really want anything too crazy because then I'll feel like I have to do them. You know, it's nice being able to finish a grind and then move on to the next one. You can go home, more or less. Here. Got my pre-62 to 65 in about 45 minutes. That's quite the pace. How do you do it? Time walking? Just questing? Bit windy up here. Love watching ravens play in the air. They stand still in the middle of the air. I saw some ravens in a tree recently, and I spent a great deal of time with my binoculars determining that they were ravens and not crows. I don't know what they were doing. There was two of them that were just kind of hanging out together. Like, they looked like they were pulling something off of the tree. They were up to something. There was something going on there. Yeah. Very smart birds. Might have been an hour. Time's an elephant. Time walking, Darkmoon buff. Crinkle. Okay, so my human character. Evoker, gnome, orc, elf. There she is. I made it through all of Shadowlands, but that doesn't mean that I got Stormwind Rep. That doesn't mean that I got a new Stormwind Rep. I could time walk, heal some dungeons at Shaman. I suppose I could. Oh, this is cool. Well, now I feel like I need to participate, mounts. I'm trying to think of one that they're not already using. Glory, the Pandaria Raider. There we go. Oh, my dragon's too fast. My dragon's tail is too fast. Don't see Jade. This is the rarest one. Daughter of Jade. Daughter of... I have the not Jade, not Thundering Jade, like the Yulon one looking one, right? Maybe, yeah, there we go. I've already killed Indoster for the week, I don't need that. I logged in this character to check to see what her Stormwind Rep was. She's revered. So she's gonna need Exalted for Heritage Armor, which is in 1007. That's a later me problem. Let's level the Orc, that's more fun. Yeah, I think Heritage Armor is, you would need Exalted with the relevant faction. You need the character leveled up to a certain point, and then a quest line that you do. It used to be that you were not able, if the character had like race change, that would make you ineligible. I think that's not the case for the classic factions anymore. I think for allied race Heritage Armor, you have to level it from scratch. But for something like this, I think as long as you have the rep and the level, you're okay. Yeah, I'll probably get the rep with the tabard. I think that's most likely what I'm going to do. Race change rule only for allied races. Yeah, that's what I thought. Which is good, because I'm pretty sure... Oh no, I think that priest actually has always been human. My other priest, my gnome priest, the one that I have as my alt now in Dragonflight, she started as a human and then she became a gnome. And then I have a druid that has gone back and forth between Horde and Alliance multiple times, but... Alright, what am I doing out here? I had some notions about... we're not gonna worry too much about all the things. We're just gonna quest for experience. Let's just head up north and revel in doing very low level quests on a character that can fly around and mount. She's gonna need org rep too, actually. I wonder if there's any zones that I should be prioritizing just for questing because of org rep. I did Barrens and I did Northern Barrens. There's probably actually great org rep for me to do in Southern Barrens if I wanted to go there. What's my Hearthstone set to? Valley of Strength? Could probably just fly there. Honeyplum a tabard, get a head start. The tabard would only help her for dungeons, right? But yeah, I think we should go back to Orgrimmar because she's gonna need that rep too. So let's just go back. Let's not worry too much about our quests out here. It's a little gloomy out here anyway. Valdrakken Renown is a tricky one. World quests and choosing Valdrakken for your weekly dungeon quest is a good start. There's technically something you can farm, but it is... I remember finding it to be kind of not worth it. Crows catching my dog Levy to chase them when they fly over and play with them. Aw. I just finished my Valdrakken Accord rep earlier this stream today. And I've been playing the whole expansion without any breaks. I just didn't keep up with it, I suppose. So somebody, yeah, you're gonna sell me an Orgrimmar tabard. Reputation gains in dungeons will be applied to my standing with them. So she can throw that on just to have it, you know, just to make the look really work for her. And then yeah, I bet she could get quite a bit of rep just from the rest of her leveling by doing some of these low level things. We've done basically all of Crossroads, I think. Almost 23 in Maruk. Hate the rep grind on them. Doing the raid is good to get the little thingies from killing bosses and mini bosses. A little bit to go in Renown. Not the only ones lacking. There's no real, as far as I can see, rush to do them, which is kind of nice. I don't feel like I was really missing out on anything because it took me so long to finish Valdrakken. If anything, there's going to be even, like in 1007, you can get rep more quickly with your chosen faction by choosing them as your envoy for the day. So if there's any reps that you're kind of like lagging behind on that you want to get finished, you can do that pretty safely and pretty easily in 1007. So you don't got to worry about finishing them in time or anything. It's going to take me ages to get there if I insist on gathering everything, but for a while that's how I was making all my gold in this character. But she finally made enough gold to buy her fast flight, and now that she has that, I don't know what else she really needs gold for. She doesn't need to train any more flight training. I don't really plan on raiding. I don't think I'm going to need to buy any potions or get any gear crafted or anything. Love the new sets coming out with the next patch. They did a great job. Once a hunter hits 23 with Valdrakken Accord, can tame Lesser Dragonkin. DK still 180 flight speed. You gonna keep it just for the nostalgia of it? All right, I'm gonna pretend I don't see the herbs for a while because I need to get to. I think I'm gonna start there. I think that's a good spot. That'll work. Aren't I always raiding? Not on my alts. I don't really raid much of my alts. I have one character that I've brought to alt raids just for fun to mess around with, but I don't usually try to do endgame content on most of my alts. My main's raided, but she's pretty much done with her goals. We've cleared the heroic raid. We've had it on farm for a little bit. She has her gear. She got her 20s done. She's pretty much set. For alts, I think the goal is they're fun to level just because I like questing. And they tend to be tools for collection. So as an orc, she can get her orc heritage armor. She can be another character to park in front of Undasta or Rustfeather or the Arachnoid Harvester or whatever it is. You know, Nighthold eventually to farm mounts with. A little scared to do 20s. 16s are hard for me. 20s are tough. They will get a little easier. You'll be able to get some more personal character power in 1007, and they're not scaling the season content up any, so there's a little bit of self-nerfing for all the existing content in 1007 because you'll be able to get your Onyx Amulet, you'll be able to get your Primordial Stones and get the item level of it up and get some cool effects going. So with everybody having those, keys will get a little bit easier, but yeah, 20s are still spicy. What do you want to drop for me? For some reason, I thought that this content was going to be easy, and it's scale. Of course it scales. I should know that. How's this X-Pack after a few months out? I think it's great. I think it's still one of the best that they've, if not the best that they've done. I think the philosophy of just kind of letting us do things is making it fun for me. I don't feel like there's so many hoops that I have to jump through. They've done a good job of setting things up so that there's a lot of different things you can do, and you can just kind of do the things that you want to and not worry so much about the rest of it if you don't feel a need to. At least for me. I guess time walking would be not a bad way to get rep gains. Yeah. Time walking is a good way to get rep with later expansions. If I wanted to do random, I wonder if I'm not a high enough level to queue for time walking. Maybe you need to be 50 for it. I'm 48 currently. You're Thunder Bluff, but I betcha if I follow this quest line, I'm gonna find some more quests eventually. Dark Moon on NA over? Nope, not until tomorrow. Tomorrow, 11:59. So end of day tomorrow is the end of Dark and Fair. You're right, I did get Bloodlust. I'm gonna put that on the same keybind that I have it on my Evoker, so that I hopefully remember that I have it. I'm actually pretty proud of myself. I've done pretty well in Evoker. Having Lust on a keybind and not using it unless I mean to. It helps that I put it on the keybind of Alt-0. Alt being hit with like a pinky finger or a thumb or something on my left hand, and then 0 being a mouse button key for me. It's a pretty hard one to fat finger, which is by design. But it's working for me. Sometimes I will press it and I will lust. Not usually when I'm on my own, but you know, maybe I'll be in a key and then my group leader will go lust and then nothing will happen and they'll be like, Hazel, lust, and then I go, oh, me. Normally they're not talking to me because I'm still not, I've been playing a lust class for this entire expansion. I'm still not used to the fact that evokers can lust. Not used to having it on a healer. Yeah, I mean, Resto Shamans have been able to do it. It is kind of funny. I feel like Paladins have the same sort of feeling, except instead of about lust, it's Paladins remembering that they have battle res now. They're like, oh, hey, I can do that. That's right. Look at that. How am I generally with remembering to have it? Bad. Halfway through a key, notice we haven't used it. Yeah, I'm lucky to play in groups that are coordinated enough that they will figure out the lust plan amongst themselves, and I get to just kind of be there. If I am included in the lust plans, they will generally tell me at some point. And I feel like everybody knows now that if you want Hazel to press a button, you just have to say her name to activate her. Because I am in voice chat. And it's not that I'm not listening, it's that not everything makes it all the way to the middle of the squishy gray matter. Yeah, generally speaking, Flabby's in the group. He plays a shaman and he's on top of the lust timing, so that's usually why I don't do it. You're right, it does say level 60 or higher. This quest has always been a bit gruesome. You've got an orc in here who was kicked in the head until he went blind, which is, I don't know why I laughed, that's not funny. But now he wants me to remove this guy's eyes because, you know, karma, I suppose. Are you allowed to bind key presses to be voice activated? I do not know. I have never done such a thing. I do not have experience with it. I imagine it would be more of like an accessibility thing for people. Like a voice command. Yeah. I did a key one time years ago with a player that was pitching his concept for a bard class that was voice activated combat. that would need to sing into their mic in order to to put out throughput. Not as gruesome as killing dwarves and sawing their heads open to steal their brains. I don't remember that one. Do you know what the brains were for? Or was it just kind of like a recreational activity? Yeah, I know there's some brutal quest writing. Is it comfy? My haircut? Yeah. Yeah, it's really nice. I, previous to this, had naturally curly hair. I guess I still have it. I just don't have it currently attached to my head. No, that makes it sound like I kept my hair. I did not keep my hair. My hair pattern naturally is quite curly and dry, which makes it a bit high maintenance no matter what you do. And it's nice to not have to take such diligent care of it. I still take care of it, but it's not quite as life or death now. I want to go talk to one more of these guys. And then see if we're truly getting Orgrimmar rep. I'm hoping so. Is it cold? I suppose it could be. I have a hat if I get cold though. I have a couple hats. I don't really find, and maybe it must be just me, because I know a lot of people warned me before I cut my hair about the heat thing, but I don't really get any colder in the head than I used to. My hands are cold, but that's always true. That's not new. You didn't keep your hair in a box in case you needed it in the future? Not so much, no. I didn't even purchase any wigs. I know some people really enjoy experimenting with wigs for fashion. I think it's very fun. I enjoy seeing their photos. I don't feel an urge to do it. I feel like I spent too much, I had too much fun removing my hair to put fake hair on top. It feels like, it just feels counterintuitive. Hope for a Furbolg allied race. We're gonna learn some more Furbolg language in 1007. It's gonna be that. I'm getting my mining skill up. Oh yeah, I got some Orgrimmar rep for that. I got 250 per quest, so this is definitely worth doing if I was gonna be questing anyways. I like the new Niflheim people. Yeah, I cannot wait to see what is on the Niflheim renown track as far as rewards. I want to know about I want to know, are we talking cloaks? Are we talking hats? Are there toys? Is there a Hearthstone? What do we get, you know? That was one of the coolest things about the renown tracks, is that there was so many different things, you know? Are there Mog sets? What do they look like? What armor type are they for? Is it going to be a replay of the time that I unlocked an armor set on Tuskarr and then I bought it and then I'm like, oh, you meant leather. I know that it said it was a leather set, but I just thought that meant that it looked like leather, but that anybody could wear it. You actually mean that only leather classes can wear it. Oh. Want a cave mail? I did see the new patch, the new cinematic. I've seen it. I didn't watch it on stream, but I'm not. It's not that I don't ever do React content. It's that I don't think it's very good when I do it. Having fun in Paladin. They're so slow, almost unbearable. Any wisdom to look at when running back after a wipe and the walking monk overtakes you. You need to buddy up. Oh, that's an actual PvP guard. Buddy up to the evokers and then have them water bucket you along like they're putting out a fire. coordinate between the evokers and the priest to have them, you bribe them to have them ferry you along. Want Niffin to scale white scales for dragons? I think that'd be really cool. I like that idea a lot. I've made mistakes. Oh, I'm so far. You know what? You know what? It's a 1 minute res sickness these days. And it's more durability damage, but that's what gold is for. 1 minute of res sickness. It's gonna take me that long just to get back there. Seems like the brains were to find out why the dwarves went insane, but you never find out. I don't know if dwarves are the ones we should be worried about in that context. I do still have my 1 minute of res sickness. So it's a bit poorly conceived for me to be attempting to fight a dinosaur. Didn't know they reduced res sickness. They adjusted it recently so that the duration is much shorter. It's only 1 minute, but you take dramatically more durability damage to your gear if you choose to take res sickness. So it's basically gold instead of time, which I appreciate because you know, sometimes I'm feeling sheep and sometimes I'm feeling lazy, and you get to choose which of your instincts prevails at that given moment. And res sickness over. But especially on low-level characters, it makes a lot of sense to just take the res sickness because your gear is not worth so much that your repair bills are super high, even so. So especially if you have like a super long run like this one, it makes a lot of sense to just kind of spirit heal. I got an element to help you? I have an earth Ellie. We made it though. I know I need to kill a few more of these honor stand footmen, but I need to double check them to make sure I'm not actually just raiding the base, because that's how I got myself into trouble last time. Res sickness felt awful for when you AFK'd, flew away out in the ocean, some random continent. I would just log off. Anytime that I ever used to take res sickness back when it was longer, I would just take that as like a sign from the universe that I was not meant to be playing WoW at this particular moment of the day. Turn the computer off, go like wash some dishes or something. Anything. Anything else. We have 3 water buckets in the raid. You find one of the other water buckets, you auto-follow them, and then you, go. Get up, stretch your legs. Look for a snack, that kind of thing. Rocket breaks my heart, another year, no luck. I'm bitter about the rocket, even with the increased chances here, nope. Yeah, it wasn't, certainly not guaranteed. I got so lucky, man. I got so stinking lucky. I, do not mean to rub it in. I did get it on the second day. Just on that first chance, the one with the raised drop rate. I didn't try and grind it out or anything. I just figured, well, I'm just going to throw 1 attempt in per day. That's pretty reasonable. It won't take too long. I will either get it or I won't. And then as it turned out, I got it. But I have a fair number of friends that tried the same thing and were not nearly as lucky. Yeah, it was off stream too. I wasn't even streaming. I had finished doing some Mythic Plus, and it was late at night, and I remembered that I hadn't done my run yet for the day, so I suggested to my key group that we just do the holiday boss real quick. Rub it in. Still don't have it. Yeah, it's kind of become the mount for this shaman. Just because she's been riding it for a while. Alright. I want the org rep. How are we doing? You know what I can do actually is... Oh yeah, she's tracking it. I was gonna say, I can track my Orgrimmar rep on my bar here, but I do have it. I'm working through Honored. So that's gonna be probably Thunderbluff rep, actually, now that I mention it. Yeah. Honored with Thunderbluff. What about you? Yeah. Here we go. Iron deposit. I wonder if I can sell that for anything. No, not again! This is what's happened to me last time. Am I supposed to sneak in? Here, let's look around while we're dead for a second. The quest says stalling the survey. There's a surveyor named Zykes that you evidently need to... I wonder if the quest marker is in the wrong spot. It says I'm in the correct spot, but this is fully in the Alliance area. Does he walk up and down the road? Maybe. It doesn't say anything about it on the quest text, but that doesn't mean it's not true. Because, yeah, this is just the... Is that him? No. That's just a footman who patrols the road, wait for him to not be in camp. Okay. I will, I guess I'll just res sickness again. I wish there was some... sometimes I get frustrated by something like that if there was nothing to tell me about it. Like, if I wasn't streaming, how am I supposed to figure that out, you know? Oh, there he is. I guess you just get lucky. We can walk with him. It's just the marker is fully in the enemy camp. Alright, well, I'll follow him around, wait for my res sickness to fall off. Maybe it's time for a smell break. Maybe it's time for a long break. I need to go to the attitude store and buy a better attitude. Some citrus fruit. Pudding cup. Is it close to the chimney store? It says in the flavor text that he patrols. Oh, no, you know what? You're right. I've seen a human surveyor heading up and down the road between the hold and the jungle. I looked at it, but I must not have read it. You are correct. You are correct. I think I'm just a bit tilted. Let's, take it out on the poor quest NPC. Yeah, more or less. Is there an inn around here? There is an inn around here. I haven't played a whole lot of Pally. I played a little bit of Prop Pally, but in like Cataclysm, and it's been a couple minutes since then. I like them because of their self-healing and because they look good in transmog and can mog shields, and that's about the extent of my knowledge. A clip for that. A clip for... Well, it's okay. How would I compare Preservation Evoker to healers? Anything that stands out? Playing Evoker puts me a little bit more in the game than other healers that I've played. When I used to play a Holy Priest, I would, you know, move in and out of things and try and position well, but I would very much be kind of tunneled on my raid frames and be healing very much by frame. And with Preservation Evoker, I'm still looking at the raid frames, but I'm generally spending a lot more time looking at the actual players around me and their overhead nameplate health bars, and you know, because you're aiming Dream Breaths and you're aiming Dream Flights and you're aiming Emerald Blossoms, and it's a lot more positional awareness, which leads me to pay more attention to what's actually going on around me, which leads me to feeling a little bit more like I'm actually in the fight as opposed to just kind of playing a mini game. They're both fun. And there's definitely some frustrations that go along with being that tied to other people's positioning, but I definitely find it a little bit more immersive. Oh, the chimney was from Valheim. I wonder if there's a clip for that. I don't think there is. I don't think we saved one. Headphones, these are they're fine. they're Bose wireless headphones. I want to say maybe Sound Sport. They're all right. They sound fine. I just use these ones for streaming. I bought them to replace a different wireless bud. The main appeal of them was that they were blue, so I wouldn't lose them as easily because I would stand out. Datamind hints at a new evoker spec. I did not see anything like that. That would be a very big headline. I've seen cat ear headphones. I thought they were wired. They are not. I haven't used wired headphones in a long time. I trip over them too much. I forget I'm wearing them. I fall. It's upsetting for everybody. A new healing spec, it said. Yeah. I guess I'll believe it when I see it. I'm going to, I think, wrap up at 11 today. I'll be back tomorrow. We'll do some longer weekend streams. We'll do some 9 to noons. We'll find something to work on. Maybe more alt leveling. Maybe we'll do like find a Dragonflight mount farm to work on my main or something like that. Thank you very much for joining me. Happy Friday. I hope you guys have an awesome beginning to your weekend and a wonderful, wonderful day.